Welcome to the Experience Gap, the insight shop to the rescue, where we turn customer nightmares into teachable moments for businesses. Each week, we bring you real stories of service breakdowns, highlight the moments that matter, and equip businesses with strategies to delight their customers. I'm Kate Complin, the owner of the Insight Shop. I created this podcast to give customers a voice, to share their stories and frustrations, in hopes that companies would take notice, listen, and take action, as customers are your most important assets. Joining me today is James Field, who recently joined the Experience Insights team at Autodesk and leads a team of journey managers, service designers, and discovery researchers. He enjoys giving customers, internal stakeholders, and partners a voice in the process of improving the products and services they interact with. Originally from England, James has lived in Atlanta for the past 10 years and guest lectures at Georgia Tech, where he earned an MS in human-computer interaction. James, it's great to have you on my podcast.
Yeah, great to be talking with you, Kate.
So James, tell the audience about your recent experience in the Chick-Fil-A Mobile Thru line, along with your general frustrations with ordering food online for pickup. What fell short? What happened, and how did it impact you?
Okay, so this is one that happened to me fairly recently, but as you mentioned, Kate, this is a continual frustration, which probably indicates I eat out too much. So Chick-fil-A. I think many people would think that's typically a great experience. They're very fast, they're very easy process, it's pleasant. Often they're held up as a kind of a gold standard. Everyone's got very high expectations. There's two very close to my house, which is a little bit too tempting. So I got in the habit of using the app, and I do that to order ahead because they kind of suggest that that's how you should be doing it. So I've been doing that, and you order in the app, you press your button, and then it says, go to the drive-thru, and then it knows that you're there, and that's great. And then normally you get in the line with everybody else, and then you just pull up and say, hey, I'm here, off you go. And the good thing about that is you get the reward points. So that's another incentive for why you want to do things this way. But then recently they introduced this mobile through line, and at the location near me, it's a separate lane that appeared, and it was a different option that appeared in the app as well. You could just mobile through, and it was fantastic. It was even faster. So you're being good, getting a great experience. You're going even faster. You're doing everything right. But pretty quickly, things started going a little bit wrong. And now what happens is that line backs up. So again, you're doing the things that you've been told to do. You're ordering ahead. You're using the app. You're getting in this special lane. They've removed the other option that you had before. And what was really frustrating was that you'd be in that line, and then the line next to you of people who just pulled up in the moment, spur of the moment, going through much, much quicker. And our line's backing up and backing up and backing up, and people are kind of sailing past. So that's just feels frustrating, and even worse when you're doing things the way that they want you to. And there's almost a feeling of compromise, which is like, I'm taking the reward points, and maybe I should suffer for this experience. There's a trade-off, a compromise there. So that just feels kind of frustrating, and that is just something that I find particularly annoying with many food pickup experiences, that mismanagement of that kind of line experience, and not getting that efficiency and speed that you're expecting.
And for you being like a valuable customer that's using their app, that's following their experience, what do you expect that experience to be like for you when you're using their app and following sort of their guidelines, if you would?
Yeah, so you mentioned guidelines. I think guidelines and guidance is the theme there. It's data-driven. Mm-hmm. You can see where you are. You're on a digital touch point. It feels like it should be much more controlled and much more managed. You feel like it should be optimized and efficient, and you should be progressing forward in a very deliberate way compared to the slightly chaotic pull up and kind of take your chances aspect. So when you actually find yourself almost being punished for choosing that experience, something feels very, very off, and it's very, very acute. Even though we're only talking maybe 5-10 minutes difference, it's just
Well, for fast food, 5-10 minute difference, like what does that do to the quality of your food once you actually get it in your car?
Yeah, who knows? And then that leads to another frustration again around managing that kind of line experience, is that you often find people will get their food half of an order, and they pull up a few feet, and then they start serving everyone behind you. So now I always think you've got 3 or 4 cars there with food sat in it that people are waiting and are stuck in the line and can't progress or move forward. Right. So again, it just goes to that whole experience of just managing their property, managing their space. And it's not just Chick-fil-A. I find that with almost every online food order pickup experience. And I can get into all the different ones. Chipotle is high on my list as well.
On your list for liking it or hating it?
Disliking it. Yeah. I've almost given up going to Chipotle just because it just induces so much frustration, bordering on rage. When I go there, it's just chaos. It's absolute
What
chaos with all the people standing in different places and the food seemingly coming out at random order times. And you don't know whether you should order online or turn up in person or get it delivered. They're all bad options right now.
Okay. So, in summary, how should the experience, either with Chick-fil-A Mobile App Thru line or these other order online pickup food experiences look like? What would make a good experience for you?
I think recognition feels key and a feeling that someone is in control. So I'll unpack those a little bit. When I talk about recognition, again, when you have a direct comparison, that often feels worse when you're a customer, when you can see I'm in this wrong line. And we'll get it at the grocery store as well. I picked the wrong line. Super frustrating. So if you're in that line and it's supposed to be faster, and then there's a huge backup and a delay and things are sailing through and you see associates, employees standing around, obviously doing their role,
Yeah.
but just not managing that experience, recognizing that, hey, there's a wait, we're very sorry, or we appreciate this, or whatever, just kind of giving you those status updates. I think you would want that kind of recognition. And then that does tie into my second point of, again, managing the process, visibly being able to see that people are allocating resources, trying to fix inefficiencies and errors, and being flexible to the situation that's unfolding around them. Otherwise, you feel like you're in a very constrained situation where people are following certain rules, and that just causes frustration because you're frustrated at the process, the broken process.
Yeah, and I kind of see that like Culver's. Why can't Chick-fil-A, when there are long lines, have their employees bring your bag of food out for you so you can just grab your food and then merge yourself out of line? It seems like
Yeah,
there should be more solutions than just staying in line and waiting for your food that was ordered 10, 15, 20 minutes ago to get colder and colder.
that flexibility in reaction to the scenario and you just goes a very, very long way. But I don't see a lot of that flexibility being possible. Maybe that's it. It's not that they can't, it's just not possible, maybe in these locations that the restaurants currently have.
Leave you with this. So according to payments.com, US curbside pickup rose 66% year over year, being led by consumers seeking to avoid delivery fees and wait times. Names you certainly are not avoiding long wait times. Also, Meeting Scoop found that many consumers see pickup as a way to save money and to exert more control over timing and conditions of food. And I imagine the longer you wait, the less optimal your food quality is by the time you get it. Also, History Tools found that 45% said it was a rocky experience, citing issues like wrong items, long waits, or unclear instructions. 45% is a big number of consumers saying they didn't have an optimal experience picking up food. So a lot of opportunities for improvement there. Thank you, James, for sharing your story about Chick-fil-A Mobile Thru experience and your stories of other online food ordering as well. And thank you to our listeners for tuning into the Experience Gap, the Insight Shop to the rescue, helping businesses turn frustration into delight, one experience at a time.